I've been told that I tell it like it is. I've been told that if you're made of glass, don't listen to me. And that's true. I can also accept that people will not always agree with what I have to say on my videos and vlogs or what my stance is on certain things or how I feel about certain matters. At the same time, I don't seek to attack or belittle anybody that disagrees with me. I don't want to come out as attacking people. I want to just basically give my thoughts on certain matters and topics, such as this Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 drama going on here. And number two, in order for me to cover such topics, it will have to bother me. I mean, really bother me to the point where I have to do what I'm doing now. Last night, I was playing a game and my phone pinged and I got an X and I went to my X account. No, I went to X. It was from X, and they was talking about how people are not gonna buy the game because there is a gay scene with the protagonist in the game. You know what I'm saying? First, it was a rumored that there was an unskippable gay scene in there, and it was banned in Australia. It was banned in Saudi Arabia. I saw Australia. It was banned in Saudi Arabia, and people are canceling the proof because you have the option to pursue a gay romance in the game. Option being the key word here, and they were saying that he wasn't gay in the first one. He never showed no tendency being gay. All of a sudden, you have you can make him gay. But some people say like he's become gay. That's what they're saying basically. You can make him that way, but he doesn't have to be that way. But he's based on it's your Henry. Henry's the protagonist's name in the Kingdom Come game. He's your Henry. Your Henry doesn't have to be gay. So that would be the argument that the answer they would get from people that don't have a problem with it, you know. However, I started reading more, run across more posts as this was bothering me. I even paused my game that I was playing, and for about 15 minutes, I started thinking on how I respond to this because it kept bothering me. And I ran across more information regarding this, and this is like one that I'm going to cover first. It's Daniel Vavra, the guy who's the head writer, I'm thinking. The man really behind the entire game. He's like the god of this game, basically. You know what I'm saying? And he's the one that's that's the person in question I'm talking about. And it says Daniel Vavra. I think I'm pronouncing his last name right. I'm not even sure, but I'm gonna pronounce it Vavra. I might say Vavra sometimes too. I'm not heard of it before. But Daniel Vavra goes after Rev says Desu and calls him a grifter. Now I do know who Rev says Desu is. I've watched many of his videos for some months now. I think I've been following him for quite some time. And I watched a lot of his content. I mean, enjoy his content. And him being a grifter is definitely incorrect. He is far from a grifter. And I was shocked that he would just flat out just call him that based on a video when Rev was actually defending Daniel Vavra. So Rev this guy says Grums, which is another big personality on X mainly, which I find him on. I think he has more accounts, but I don't fuck with a lot of social media accounts. I have X though, so I see him on X. Every time I run across his content on here, his comments. I think I'm following him. Let me see. Yeah, I'm following him too. So Grums. But anyways, he says Rev to finish your game at Daniel Vavra, and you are messing this up. True. He jumped the gun with that one. He definitely jumped the gun. He obviously didn't see the video because I believe if he did see the video, he wouldn't have called Rev a grifter. And so it said there's a screenshot here. This is from Daniel Vavra himself. He says, and I quote, "Another grifter. No, our pre-orders haven't dropped because of backlash. The sold return copies ratio is the same as it was. What happens is that the preview hype has naturally waned and 9 massively discounted games entered the chart. Monster Hunter is down as well." It's funny that you mentioned Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter is supposed to be this game that has high numbers, which it did. And he said Monster Hunter is also down with sales as well. You know what I'm saying? But so now that a part of the post here from him is I want to tackle that he called Desu. I'm gonna call him Desu for this point. From this point on, he called Desu a grifter. That was the first thing he said. Another grifter. Before he said anything else, he said another grifter. Okay, he just said that and got that. Then he goes on to explain why sales are down for the pre-orders for his game Kingdom Come 2. Okay. And he was over the line, and he does owe this man an apology. He definitely owes Desu an apology. He was definitely incorrect. Number 2, Desu was actually defending this man in this video, and he goes and calls him a grifter. That was just uncalled for. So Rev responds. He says, labeling me a grifter in a video where I defended your game from being labeled woke over a rumored gay scene is wild. Yes, people cancel pre-orders. Many did because you won't address the actions of the community manager's code of conduct posted on your Steam. Even now, you still avoid the issue entirely. Yes, your game has a lot of pre-orders, but it would have had more if you didn't tiptoe around valid concerns about the actions stemming from your parent company. Seeing you crash out over someone pointing this out is exactly why people are losing trust in you. Well said. Well said. Now, I don't know I'm not sure what this code of conduct, I think what I'm about to cover later about the gay scene, the unskippable gay scene in there, and I think it's about that. The game being banned in Saudi Arabia. I think that's what it is. If that's so, then he did take a while to address it. I mean, he should have addressed it sooner, but I'm assuming that Daniel Vavra is a busy man. I mean, you get caught up in other shit. However, he did eventually address it, which I'm going to cover. He just didn't say a few words and left it at that. I think he did like 9 different sections or responses. He even spoiled some of his game to bring home his point. So I'm gonna talk about that. So I think that's what he's talking about. And I'm assuming this is before he addressed the situation. See, like this one here is Daniel Vavra is saying, I'm getting ahead of myself right here. I still got something to say about this topic here. Now, I can only speculate on what was going through Daniel Vavra's head when he started writing this post about another grifter. That he goes on to say about his pre-orders haven't been dropped because of backlash, shit like that. So now this is speculation now. Keep this in mind. He was probably upset at this point. He didn't watch it. He saw Desu's video and he's immediately thought, look at here's another person talking shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with this woke culture. My game is trying to be anti-woke. I'm not going that route. And here's another video talking shit about the reason why they don't want to pre-order because my game is woke. This is what I'm thinking is going through. What could be going through Vavra's mind before he posted. So he started out with another grifter. That's the reason why we have to keep our attitude in check, because we may say or post things that we normally wouldn't post that will ruin us had we kept our attitudes in check. You know what I'm saying? That's why we can't give into anger. We can't get frustrated. Calm down before you reply to somebody. Calm down. Take a breath, because you don't want to say anything that is going to ruin you, or post anything for that matter, and that you end up hopefully regretting later. So that's what I'm saying. And on that note, as far as Desu is concerned, he, which will be rightly so, was upset when he wrote his response. It's like, I would be upset if I was him. I'm like, wait a minute, I was defending you. Why are you calling me a grifter? What the fuck? I would be upset and hurt at the same time, especially if I was a fan of the first game. And I'm like, I loved it, And all of a sudden, this dude who's behind the second one, that I love the first game so much, is calling me a name that doesn't describe me, and didn't watch my content on top of that. I'm like, come on, man. I'm on your side here, dude. What are you doing? So, it goes for him too. It goes for everybody. We should have a calm and collected attitude before we respond to certain matters, because that will keep us away from saying things or posting things that will ruin us as a character. So I can imagine he was probably upset when he was posting this. His response, as probably Daniel Vavra respectfully was also upset when he posted this, what he said, But like I said, we can't feed into that. We have to calm down and be an adult. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't just assume somebody is something when we have no evidence to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, man, that's not cool. That's not adult. That's being stupid. So this from this vlog here, this is a day ago this was posted, so this is still pretty new. And there's a divide here since Daniel addressed these claims. From something that was that was a poorly translated tweet. Okay. Now, this definitely, people felt he waited too long to address it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, fair enough. You can't turn back time and do it sooner. I'm not really knocking him for it. At least he did address it. Vavra did address it. So what he said to kick it off, this is a long response here, him addressing his claim. So that shows that he does care about what people are saying about his game, especially if it's bullshit. So I think he had like 9 different paragraphs or something like that, or something I was reading yesterday. But anyway, this is pretty long. So he kicks it off with, it is time to address wild claims some people spread that are apparently based on just one screenshot and a poorly translated tweet. Spoiler alert, contains spoilers about the story of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So he had to spoil it to bring home his point. He had to. I don't think he was a fan of it. Developers rightly so want to keep the story under wraps, but they want to give you a little bit, but not a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. They don't want to spoil it. They don't want you to go into the game knowing everything. So I respect that. But him to bring home his point, he got to spoil it. That's like similar to me. Like if I don't like a video game, or if I don't like a television show, and I write a review on it, or if I post a review, I'm going to spoil it if I don't like it, because I want you to understand why I don't like said media or video game. I'm going to explain it. Now, if I like said media and video game, I'm not going to spoil it because there's no need to. I'm going to just say I like it because of this, that, and the third without spoiling, because I would like others to play this game as well. Like, enjoy it as much as I did. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, if it's not good, I feel I have to spoil it to bring home the point as to why it disappointed me. Now, back to this. Oh shit, this is a lot of shit going on, huh? Let me see. So yeah, this is like the first part of his tweet here. I think this is his account here. Yeah, we're going to go into that. We're going to go back to the Rev part too, because he had more to say about what he said. That he called him a grifter, but we're going to go back to that later. I want to talk about this what he did here about trying to clear up some misconceptions of what's going on with the Kingdom Come 2 game here. Yeah, he did 10 parts. This is 1 of 10. He says, number 1, he says there are no unskippable cutscenes in our games. Anybody who claims otherwise never played them. So you don't got to worry about that. You can go the gay route with Henry. You get to the romance part, you can skip it. Fair enough. I even said this. I said, look, I said it before. I said, look, if there is a gay romance in the game, whatever. Now, if it's unskippable, that's not fair, because we may go to game route as straight gamers, but we may not want to actually see it. So we should have the option to skip it. That was my stance on it. The fact that there are no unskippable cutscenes, that's good news for me and everybody, I'm pretty sure, that's going to play the game. So that's good news. That's bullshit. It's not skippable. That's not skippable. He says, number 2, he says, we are not, nor ever were banned in any country, at least not that we know of. So them being banned in I keep saying Australia. So them being banned in Saudi Arabia is bullshit. He said, as far as he knows, he's not. And also, there is somebody who is from that country actually said something to another content creator on YouTube. He pretty much said that's not true. You can buy it on Steam. Pre-order. People are pre-ordering the game there. It's not banned in Saudi Arabia. That's what he said. The person who actually lives there. Then number 3, he says, as much as I don't like forced diversity, nobody was forcing us to do anything, and we are not forcing anyone to do certain things, such as making Henry gay. Of course not. Of course not. He's not doing it. It wouldn't be fair if he was. Like, if you had no choice but to have Henry have a relationship with this other man, and you don't want to do that, that'd be fucked up. Or these men coming on to you. I don't think that's going on in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't think that will be going on in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 either. They're not going to be coming on to you like people claim that people said that in Baldur's Gate 3, all these men want to fuck your brains out, even though you were a man yourself, even though you didn't pursue them at all. I don't think that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to be doing that. I don't think so. They're only going to respond to you if you show interest in them. That they're only going to respond back in kind because, okay, this guy likes me more than just a ally. You know what I'm saying? He wants me in a relationship. Okay, I'm going to respond in kind, which makes sense. But if you keep it cordial, keep it on platonic level, they in turn is going to be platonic with you. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously they respect you, that you don't want them that way, and they respect you, you know, and that's cool. Now, number 4, he says, gay characters were already in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Right. He said they're in the game in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, yet there's no option to romance these individuals. But they were in the game. Okay? Now, on a side note regarding this part here, being gay characters being in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, but you couldn't romance them. There's something that comes to mind that I thought about a game, Mass Effect. To make a long story short, that's still among the best games I've ever played in my life was Mass Effect. I like all 3 games. I mean, in my lifetime, I've been playing games since I was 9 years old. And Mass Effect is still among the top. The first 3, not no fucking Andromeda, that I call Andromeda for years. I don't give a shit if I did mispronounce it. With the exception of Andromeda, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 are top-notch games. I was so happy when it was re-released on PS4 and Xbox One as remasters. I mean, I have my criticisms about it, but that it's not enough for me to not want to play the remasters as well as the vanilla versions. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is this: if you have an issue with Henry having an optional gay route in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because he didn't have that route in the first game, or he showed no interest in women, or any other reasons you may have, I feel it would be fair if you also won't play Mass Effect, the Mass Effect games as well, because in Mass Effect 1, you couldn't romance a man. Mass Effect 2, you couldn't romance a man. And Mass Effect 3, all of a sudden, you have the option to romance not 1, but 2 different characters in that game. Right? So it would be fair if you don't play Mass Effect no more. Since you have an issue, or you won't play the game Kingdom Come 2 just because we only singling the gay route out at this point. Not anything else. Just because you have the option to become, to engage rather in a homosexual relationship with 1 male character in the game. Which further tells me that, let's say you got 7 romance options in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Let's just say that for the sake of argument. You got 7 romance in Kingdom Come 2. And only 1 of them is a man. The other 6 are women. Now, I feel that it's disingenuous. I feel that it's not fair to say that he gave into DEI or this game is going to be woke because there's only 1 black character in the game, or rather black character that has something to do with the main story in the game, and you have only one gay romance option in the game. I don't think it's fair to say that it's going woke because of that. That's not fair. And number 2, if I was in DEI or if I was a woke developer, I would be upset because it's not enough diversity. It's not enough black people. There's not enough gay people. What about the first game? There were homosexual characters in the first game as well. Why isn't that considered woke? Why? Because you couldn't romance them? That's why? What if you could romance them in the first game? Would it be woke then? I don't get it. What's the definition of woke? That meaning it's also losing its definition, that word. The word woke. It's crazy how words are losing definition, like grifter and shit. That's losing definition on what the fuck that really means. You know, it's like, I'm just saying from my point of view, I can't say this game is going woke because I don't feel it's fair. It's not nearly enough proof to me even to entertain the idea that it could be. Now, on the other hand, can you be suspicious that this man is lying and this game is actually will be woke, fair enough. You can have that. That's fair. Because I get where you're coming from. You're suspicious about it. But saying it, I'm not with that. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Do I have my suspicions? A little bit. But do I think it's gonna be woke? No. I don't think so. We're not gonna be playing a game where it's gonna be preaching to us. This is not Dragon Age Veilguard, ladies and gentlemen. Far from it. Dragon Age Veilguard, we knew from the screenshots, the purple and all that shit, the ugly ass characters. We knew that shit was gonna be woke before the game came out. We knew it. And when it was confirmed that it was, to the point where you have journalists saying it's too woke, by the way, we wasn't surprised because it was already known. The person behind that game, Corian Bush. I mean, come on. That's just one person that was behind that, that's on the leftist side, that the fucking progressives and all that shit that's working on the game. With Kingdom Come Deliverance, we don't have a team of progressives working on this game. At least according to my knowledge, we don't. I didn't see no purple-haired homo in the development department of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I ain't seen it. I'm just saying, I ain't seen it. So, that's not a red flag. I mean, if it was, it'd be a red flag for me. It's like, wait a minute. Maybe it could be, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a little suspicion that it could be, you know what I'm saying? Because the way he went after Desu, calling him a grifter, that's the first thing he said. Another grifter. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It's like, that's the term that's used by progressives. Like, you ain't seen the video, bro. It's like, but yeah, so that's why I got my suspicions regarding that. You know, like I said, Mass Effect done it. My thing is, if Mass Effect can do it, you will still play the game. Or the vanilla version of said game, right? Or you still champion Mass Effect, you'll play it, you like it. Now, if that gets a pass, why can't Kingdom Come get a pass? I mean, having an optional gate pass for Henry. And number two, he's your Henry. You don't have to do it. It's not forced upon you. That's what I'm saying about that. Now, moving on. Daniel Vavra, his fifth point says, Kingdom Come Deliverance is an RPG. You are responsible for your decisions. If you want Henry to try a same-sex adventure, feel free. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All affairs are and were in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 are purely optional. Exactly, okay. The characters are perfectly aware that it was for a forbidden sin. Right. How many people practice forbidden sin? Are you telling me that back in that time period the game takes place, there were no gay people in that world that was living? They were either afraid to do it because it was forbidden sin. It'll probably result in death. I imagine if they caught you with another man in the bed, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, something like that. I don't believe for a second that there weren't people practicing gay relationships back then under the cover of night or stealthily being gay, despite it being a forbidden sin. You can't tell me that there was no people doing that back then. You know, so I feel that the optional route of a romance is appropriate because I do believe that people were actually doing it despite it being frowned upon and a forbidden sin back in those days. So it pretty much makes sense, at least from my perspective. So number 6, he says, he goes on to talk about the the black Muslim, I think, on this part. He says, number 6, it says, the game takes place in one of the richest cities in Europe, which was besieged by a massive foreign army. Besieged by a massive foreign army. That's the reason why the life in such a city is more diverse than the life in villages, which were featured in the first game. So he explained why we see a black character in the game. Something that another game or franchise has failed to do. And that franchise in question is Dragon Age. Dragon Age 3 in particular. The first game, we didn't see no black people. The second game, we didn't see no black people. The third game, all of a sudden, we seeing black people left and right, front and center, and behind us as well. My question was, where the fuck did all these people come from that are of darker skin tone? It's not explained. So I'm left to conclude that these black people were born in that region, even though we didn't see a single black character in the first Dragon Age game and the second one. I'm like, how were they there when we didn't see them in the first 2 games? And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to tell you what it means. It means that was a diversity move. Plain and simple. Now, at least going on to Kingdom Come 2, Daniel Vavra explained why we saw a non-black person in part 2. It takes place in one of the richest cities in Europe, which was besieged by a massive foreign army. That's the reason why, I'm reading again, that's the reason why the life in such a city is more diverse than life in villages, which were featured in the first game. He said the reason why is because of the riches. People are coming from foreign lands. They, we got to see what this is about. Let's go into this country. Oh, wow, okay, wow, look at all this gold. Huh? You know, it came up. You know what I'm saying? It was a comeuppance with the region that Henry is from. So that's his reason as to why. So number 7, and he got a lot of responses, by the way, with each part that he put out. So he definitely got some likes and responses, over 1,000 likes a part, by the way. So a lot of people are understanding where he's coming from. And, but yeah, so what was on number 6? Okay, I lost my plot. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm in number 7 now. All right, so number 7, Vavra says Musa came. Musa's the black Muslim. It says Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army. Invading being the same. That means, sounds to me they wasn't welcome. That's what it seems to me. Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund. Sorry, these words escape me. Let me read this again. Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund, whom he met thanks to his engagement at the court of Sultan Bayezid. See, he's spoiling the game now to make his point, to drive home his point. He is an educated noble and Renaissance man from the Kingdom of Mali. Now, it seems to me that Musa is an antagonist. That's what it seems to me. He is not coming there to enjoy the riches, to befriend Henry, the protagonist. He's there as an antagonist. He's your enemy. That's what it seems to me. Okay, so that's why that was my thoughts on that. And number 8 out of 10, he says, Daniel Vavra says, at the same time, Musa is a very unusual figure for the local Bohemian folk. Of course he is. And many of the situations around him in the game stem from this. Then he goes on to say, so his presence makes sense and creates lots of interesting situations in the game. The way he talks and behaves has a reason. He's not going to really go into the details of why he talks and behaves the way he does. Interesting. It's interesting to me. I find this interesting. What can I say? Then at 9, he says, everything displayed corresponds to the morals and social norms of 1403 Bohemia and is only there to make an interesting story and not at all to appeal to a modern audience as the way this content creator named Dr. Disaster says it, which I love the way he says it. Modern audience. I had to say it like I just had to. But I'm not going to take credit for anybody else. I didn't come up with that. That's what he likes to say. And it caught on. People said, like, we like the way you say it. So he continues to say it in his videos. I had to say it like him. The modern audience. But yeah, laughing aside, it's to tell a story. He's not trying to appeal to a modern audience. People may question the quotations that he's using as the way he has to put quotations in it, but I'm not really looking deep into that. I mean, he's just pretty much saying it's bullshit that he's not trying to appeal to the modern audience. You know, so that's what he's saying. And number 10, the final part, it reads, we don't want Kingdom Come Deliverance to be used as clickbait by people who didn't even play it yet. Some of them sadly turn into exactly the same narrative they pretend to be fighting against. True. The amount of hateful behavior is really sad, and it will damage any cause associated with it. So that's him as a GIF there. But yeah, so I'm just saying, if I was this guy and my intent was to make an unwoke game that people can be proud of because people are so upset about the direction that these AAA games are going, and I'm trying to make a game that they will enjoy, and yet at the same time people are calling me that I'm in line with them, this will deeply hurt me. No question about it. And if this guy is not hurt or upset about the things that are coming his way, if indeed he is trying to make a game that's not that, he must be an android. He's not a human being if he has no feelings towards this. Because obviously he gives a fuck, because he did a lot of explanations to clear up the misconceptions on what's going on with the second game here. And I would like to read some of the comments regarding this man got, because some of them are not for him. Because I looked at a few last night. I want to go back to the Rev situation here. The way he was over the line when he called this man a grifter. And he definitely owes this man an apology. That's the least that Vavra can do. Because if he doesn't give this man an apology, that just proves to me he's an arrogant prick. That he feels that he is right. That he feels that that Desu, I'm saying, is a grifter, which is completely false. And if you lose respect for him regarding that, that's understandable. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, how would you not lose respect for him? Knowing that this man is wrong. Calling Desu a grifter. Okay, Desu says, he goes on a further to say, he says, mind you, he falsely judged my video without watching it, and within the same hour mocked someone for making assumptions about his video without watching it. See? He can deny it all he wants, but based on tweets and Steam forums, a lot of people cancel pre-orders for various reasons. Yeah, different reasons. That's what he pointed out in his video. I mean, Devs pointed out in this video they canceled for various reasons here. Okay, this person says, Soulcon says, good to have Daniel Vavra and Warhorse Studios fully come out in support of the woke brain rot with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Turning the main character gay, having a black character spout feminist propaganda, everything Vavra was once against. To quote, against. Huh. Well, what to respond to in this one? He says that Daniel Vavra and Warhorse Studios came out in support of the woke brain rot. Now I said it earlier that if I was among the woke audience, the woke development team of these woke like Dustborn and fucking Concord and shit, if I was among them, I wouldn't consider them an ally because there's not enough evidence to prove that the game is going to be woke. It's not enough evidence to prove that. So I wouldn't even consider an ally on my cause. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not enough diversity, not enough gay shit going on. Now, he goes on to say he turned the main character gay. There's no turning of Henry gay. That's completely incorrect. You have the option to have him pursue a gay romance. Henry didn't become gay. He didn't turn gay. That only happens based on your actions. By you clicking certain check boxes in the dialogue wheel to trigger a romance with that male character. Now, you can say the same thing about them turning Shepard gay in Mass Effect as well. You got to be fair. If you don't want this game because you got the optional gay route, you shouldn't be playing Mass Effect no more either. You should drop that game entirely. So, and he goes on to say, having a black character spout feminist propaganda. Huh. I'm scratching my head about that part. I don't know. I mean, I really can't respond to this part here. I doubt it, but I just don't. I just got no reply for that part. I mean, V made an interesting point here. He's not necessarily saying he's against Vavra or for him in his tweet here. He made a good point as to what should have happened. What Vavra should have done. He says, and I quote, Mr. Daniel Vavra, if you hit this button, which is messages or DMs, you and Mr. Rev, or Desu as I'm calling him, can iron out potential misunderstandings, misunderstandings being a key word here, without the entire public weighing in, or as I like to add, seeing it on social media. I definitely 100% agree with V that he should have fucking DM'd Desu and said, look, what are you talking about, man? The reason why pre-orders are down is because la 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 la. I didn't see your video, true, but the reason why, la la. And they could have went and had a little back and forth being adults in the DM section, and none of us would have known about it. Unless one of them spilled the beans and said they had a conversation with each other in DMs. But that would have been the best option for Vavra to do instead of going public with it. And on top of that, calling him a grifter. I mean, that's the way it should have went down, but it didn't. So we got this going on. So yeah, this person says Google is free for everyone except about this. This screenshot says the Mali Empire grew and prospered by monopolizing the gold trade and developing the agricultural resources along with the Niger River. Huh? Oh, wait. Did I read this wrong? He said Google is free for everyone but upset about this. Oh, he's actually on the side of Vavra. Adding a black character. He says the Mali Empire grew and prospered by monopolizing the gold trade and developing the agricultural resources along the Niger River. Monopolizing the gold trade, yeah. Vavra said that the land is experiencing riches now. So he's pretty much saying that this character, this black Muslim character, is contributing to the riches of Bohemia. That's what he's pretty much saying. And this is based on the history, Virginia Department of Education. I mean, there's probably more to this than I'm seeing at this point here. But if there is, I appreciate an adult comment. Not attacking me, an adult comment in my comment section explaining this in a broader spectrum, and I will definitely look more into it, but I'm not going to do it now. However, because I'm focusing on this Daniel Vavra situation. Daniel, okay, this is what he said. I read this already. Somebody's responding to this here. About Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund, who we met thanks to his engagement with the court of Sultan Bayezid. He's an educated noble and Renaissance man from, okay. So he's responding to the reason why we see this black dude in there. Oh, this is from the same post, but this is not somebody else's post. This is from the same. This is why he sent this screenshot about the Mali Empire grew and prospered by monopolizing the gold trade. Yeah. He's responding. I knew he was. This is just confirmed what I thought. What I knew, rather. Now I'm going to click some responses here. Let me see what responses that he got here. Oh, shit. I don't want to respond to it. Wait a minute. Let me click on here. Let me see. Oh, this is Daniel Vavra's tweet. I'm trying to get some response of this dude that clicked this information here. This Qaeda dude. Did he get any responses? Oh, he got one. This person says, take the L, Daniel Vavra. Okay. So Daniel Vavra's a loser. All right. Daniel Vavra says, would you explain to me what's racist about telling the truth? There were no black people in the medieval Bohemia period. My question is, how old is this tweet? How old is this that he's showing? This is back in 2022? If I'm reading that right, 2022. This February of 2022. Yeah, this is before. This is before Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out. At least it was probably in development then, knowing how it takes 30 years for these games to be developed. And number two, he was definitely speaking straight historical fact on the real Bohemia, which the game is based off of. That there was no black people in medieval Bohemia. At first it wasn't. Yes, because the first game reflects that. At first it was not. But he definitely explained as to why we see a black person in the second game. He explained that. And you got to keep in mind, too, this is, even though we have multiple choice and we can steer the story in certain directions based on our actions and shit, this is his story at the end of the day. This is his vision. This is his retelling of events that are based in medieval Bohemia. So we got to keep that in mind as well. Kaida says, the person who did the first post, he says, I'm not understanding what the L is here. He's still correct. There were no black people in medieval Bohemia because the guy isn't from Bohemia. Lamau. Wow. Okay, the person replies, then why is there a black merchant in Bohemia? It's one or the other. Honestly, retarded take this time, Kaida. Kaida says, it's not. You're the one being dumb here because it's literally in the tweet I quoted. He came with an invading army. Right. He did say that. He wasn't born there. He came with an invading army. He came with an invading army. He wasn't there just to be there. Again, there is no L to take here unless it's coming from you, bro. Fair enough. Fair enough. Corrosion says, the person who's got a problem with, he says, do you read born in or native of in Daniel's statement? No. He came from a foreign country. Of course he wasn't born there. And he's not a native of Bohemia. No. Of course he didn't say that. No, you didn't. It's absolute, he says. You're being a retard. You know, I got to get up and walk back and forth for a second. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. You know, some people just need to stop talking. They really do. You need to stop talking because the more you talk, the more foolish and stupid you become, or you reveal yourself as. I mean, of course, he's not going to use the term born in or native of when he said that the dude invaded Bohemia. So how can you invade a country that you're born in or native of? That makes no sense. Let me go back to I'm going to go back now to the Desu part. This is I mean, can somebody tell me what I'm missing here? I appreciate it because I'm actually missing something. That's why I will never disable my comments. That's why I will never disable them, man. I mean, because I receive correction in my comment section that I said something that was incorrect in my videos that I appreciated before in the past. And I'm not going to deny myself that by disabling the comments because I sometimes get idiots in the comment section just talking shit to me. You know, so yeah, I mean, I'm honestly missing something here as to why he didn't say native or born in. I'm like, what? Let's move on. Let's move on, man. Okay, another famous big YouTuber named Hypnotic. He says, Kingdom Come Deliverance developers attacks YouTuber. Yep. People gonna make content based on what he's doing. People gonna make content I mean, he should have known it was coming. Vavra should have known it was coming. I mean, come on, dude. Desu called a grifter by Daniel Vavra. Full video below. By Hypnotic. That's just one video that's going to talk about it. I've seen another video of somebody talking about it. There's going to be another one, and another one, and another one. Mainly stemming from the fact, not just that he called Desu a grifter, Desu was also defending him. So I'm like, come on, man. You got it. You had it coming, Vavra. You had it coming, bro. What can I say? Pirate Nation says, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 director Daniel Vavra confirms the gay scene on Facebook. Daniel Vavra said, this is a tweet that his picture, and he says, Daniel says, so after the leftists cursing me at Nazis for 10 years, now Nazis cursing me at Jews because Saudi Arabia might want to ban Kingdom Come Deliverance because of a homosexual scene. So obviously Daniel finds it funny because it's not going to happen. The game is not going to be banned in Saudi Arabia because there's a gay scene, optional, mind you, in the game. He doesn't believe it, so pretty much finds it hilarious, basically. So, I mean, as far as games being banned in countries, I don't believe that should be a thing, period. I mean, people should be free to buy what the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have control over what somebody can play, or, you know what I'm saying, because you don't like it personally. I mean, come on, man. That's the same line. That's in the same line as censorship. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I think that's just stupid. That just makes me. Whenever I hear about stories about games being banned in certain countries like Russia, Saudi Arabia, because of something in the game, they can't play it. It always makes me sad. I was like, that's too fucking bad. But at the same time, there are people in let's say the game does become banned in Saudi Arabia. You mean to tell me that there's not going to be people pirating that game and playing it? Bullshit. You know that's going to happen. They're going to get their hands on it one way or another in Saudi Arabia. If they want to play it bad enough, they're going to find a way to fucking play it. I mean, shit, you can buy, isn't PS5 region free? You got a PS5 in Saudi Arabia, you can order a fucking physical copy of the game and play it on your Saudi Arabian PS5. Problem solved. Even though it's banned in your country, I just hope you don't get caught because I think if you go to jail. But yeah, but still, that's pretty fucked up. It's banned in the first place. But when you want to play, you just happen to be a native of that country, you want to play the game. You know, it's like, it's pretty fucked up. So, this person says the Great Rebellion. He says, I remember when there was some controversy because lead dev of the first game, Daniel Vavra, wore this shirt. Well, seems he has embraced the diversity since. What shirt? Let me see what this shirt say. I can't read the name on it. I don't understand. I don't see what the word says. I can't read this word here. What is it? Is it in English? So there was controversy on the shirt that he wore. I don't know what it says though. He said, well, it seems he has embraced the diversity since. Nothing wrong with diversity. That doesn't equal woke. Are you saying that? Are you saying that the game is going to be woke because it has a black character in it? No, 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 no. That doesn't mean that. I mean, I don't even know what the shirt says. Like, it does it say diversity in Bohemia? I don't fucking know. So this person, I think he was always an opportunist. This other person, oh, there's no more comments? Okay. Opportunist, okay. Well, I think that this vlog is going to come to a close. I might make another vlog talking about it, but it's not going to be labeled part 2 though. But I don't know. I mean, okay. Ooh, I've been reading this I think it was last night or this morning. This person, this person's a fucking bitch. I'm just gonna say it right now, and you're gonna find out why. I think she's being definitely disingenuous here. She's trying to be. This is definitely dark humor at its finest. Here, she says, if players can choose to be gay in medieval Bohemia, despite it going against all social norms at the time because it's a role play game, I assume we will also be able to role play being extremely racist against this guy, as everyone at the time would be, right? Right? Okay. Okay. Missing the point at its finest right here. That is definitely missing the point. I mean, it's not funny at all. Your dark humor is awful. Cause you put yourself in a spot of being a racist yourself. As a result, you want to have that option to be racist to this man because of his skin color. And she claims that Bohemians would be racist towards blacks in that time, or treat them differently because they're not white. So if that's the case, why are you playing as a Bohemian in the first place then? If you know that these people would look down on non-Bohemians or black people for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention there were actually Germans in the first game as well. I ain't played much of it thanks to the goddamn bugs, but I do remember there was one dude, he was German, that's in the game, from the little I played of it. But from what I've seen, they wasn't racist towards him because he was German. They was actually sitting at the same table having a conversation about politics. So, and there was pretty much, one was on the side of this guy should be lynched. The other side was like, oh, leave him alone. He cares about the country. And you as the protagonist have to be the one to either defend the politician or go against them. Which I thought was a nice touch. You know. But yeah, so I forgot what option I chose about it. I think I chose to go against them. But anyways, that comment was something else. So he hates to spoil the plot of the game for the sake of it. Said, turns out that we're once again in the middle of a rather bizarre culture war, this time from the opposite side than usual. So here's a statement, but I'd hate to spoil the plot of the game for the sake of it. He says, every character in the game has a very clear reason to be where they are, which you'll understand when you play the game. Our goal was and still is to show life in medieval Bohemia as it easily could have happened. Okay, and to tell an interesting story. The game is exactly what I wanted it to be. No one has tried to influence me as an artist in any way, and anyone who knows me knows I wouldn't let them anyway. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I believe him. But time will tell, right? Because if this game is woke, if it turns out to be the opposite of what he's saying now, if he thinks he's having it bad now, the worst is yet to come. It may be. I think it's gonna. I'm telling you, if this game is confirmed to be woke slop or woke trash, and he's saying he's the opposite, and it's confirmed to be that once the game comes out and the screenshots are revealed and all that shit, the clips, the game clips will prove otherwise. This guy may do the exact same thing as Corianne Bush did, the person who was over Dragon Age the Veilguard, when she quit and disappeared because of the backlash, because she couldn't take it no more. He may do the exact same thing. I'm just saying, I just hope for his sake that this game is not woke. I hope for the sake of the people that are anticipating this game or that's going to give it a shot, that it's not woke. Because if it is, rest in peace, Daniel Vavra. Rest in fucking peace. I mean, wow. He says, at the same time, it's a role-playing game, so it is purely up to the player what decisions they make, and for all the decisions that they make, they are responsible for the consequences that correspond to the morals and social norms of the time. That alone is what got me to want to play the first game. I like a game where I can influence the story, dialogue choices. I can ally with people. I can not ally with people. I like that. I love that shit. I love that shit. I can choose to kill somebody or I can let them live. I can not help somebody or help them. And then my actions will be remembered throughout the game what I did. Because I can stay away from the game for 4 months, come back to it, and they say, oh, you left that guy to die in that field. Oh, shit. You know? Like, don't try to mush up to me. I know what you said to King Arthur. You said he can go to hell. You know, shit like that. And the characters let you know what the fuck you did. You know what I'm saying? So, I like games like that. I love games like that because you got so much control of what the fuck is going on. You know, so multiple endings and shit like that always excites me. This is like the best selling points of games, man. Different story paths you can fucking explore. Anyways, he also says, there's a final paragraph here. He says, I don't want to spoil the plot, the important events and the roles of some of the characters for anyone. So you'll have to see for yourself by playing the game, and then I strongly believe you'll agree with me. Yep, he explained. I said it earlier. I read his post, what he said. The characters are there for a reason. They have a reason to be in there. It's integral to the fucking story that he's telling. Okay? The character is integral to that's what he said. Okay? And he's not trying to cater to a modern audience. You know, that's what he's saying. And that's that, you know. I wish I played more of the game before running across this drama here because I would have more knowledge about it. But unfortunately, when I started playing the game, it was very late when I started playing it because I ain't really heard about it. I heard about it, but I didn't want to look into it. And people barely talked about it. I was watching a YouTube video when somebody mentioned it was a good game to play. So I ended up looking into it, and I felt and I wanted to play it. But the bugs, I didn't really get that far into the game because of the goddamn bugs, man. Even when I streamed it, I experienced a bug when I was stuck on the gate and I couldn't leave. So I had to reload my goddamn save. And the same thing happened the same night after I streamed when I kept playing it, when I was trying to escape the village after my parents were killed. I got stuck on the gate again. I mean, game breaking, they're not just bugs, they're game breaking bugs. I mean, and I stayed away from it. I dropped it, basically. I'm going to play it again in the future, but I don't know when. But that's why I haven't played it for so long. And I ain't got that far into the game. So, but yeah, it's like, I mean, it's a very interesting game. I mean, I like it a lot. From the little that I played, I'm already like, really invested in it. I want to play more, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, them fucking bugs, man. Shit. And somebody else told me this, that they were playing it, liked it, they were playing it, but the bugs caused them not playing no more. I said, I hear you on that one, man. Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, shit. There's another game that I dropped because of fucking bugs galore in it that I actually enjoyed. But the bugs ruined it all. So, yeah, man. Is the image legit? I seen it on Reddit and it looked like a troll to me, somebody says. The image? What you mean? This one I just read? That we see on your device now? Lisa says it looks real to me, but no way to be sure before release, I guess. I think it's real. I think that's actually what he did say. I think it's real. This person says, where is being gay an option? All I see is a Muslim giving his opinion on Muslim lands. Obviously, they would try to whitewash it and present a sultanate as superior in culture. Wait, what does this person talk about? Hold on a second. Give me a second. Where is being gay an option? What you mean, where is being gay an option? What you mean, where? He says, all I see is a Muslim giving his opinion on Muslim lands. Okay. Okay, this person says, it's what got the game banned in Saudi Arabia, and it's not banned in Saudi Arabia, by the way. This is before that he confirmed it wasn't. In a roundabout way, in the OP as a roleplay option. Also, no Arab. Why does he look sub-Saharan? At the time would brag about women's safety. He would brag how many women they took as slaves or whatever. I mean, I've actually heard that the Arabs, that when the slaves in Africa, the white man, this is what I heard as far as history regarding the slaves in Africa. The white man at that time didn't even step foot in that place because they were afraid. How they got access to the black slaves, those slaves were brought to them by other Africans. So basically, Africans sold their own people to the white man it was a coastal outpost where the white slave owners were waiting at, and the Africans actually brought the slaves to them, and they took them on a boat and brought them to America. That's how that went, according to the history that I read. So the white men then come into Africa and say, let's get 500 niggers, you know. and killed any African that fought against them and took them from the country and went to America. No, it wasn't like that. Now, also there was another group of people that also bought black slaves. They were Arab. Just saying. They were Arab. Just saying. It's also interesting that this Arab is black, by the way, but I digress. But yeah, so I also heard that regarding this dude, I think it was regarding this dude, I think his name Mali, you know, the black Arab in this game. I also heard that he passed away before 1403. Was it 1403 or 1408? The game take. Anyway, he passed away centuries before, decades before. Centuries before the game takes place in real life. And he never stepped foot in Bohemia. Okay, fair enough. Now, here's what I got to say about that. Biopics, movies based off true stories, even video games based off true events like Kingdom Come Deliverance and Assassin's Creed, right? You are never going to see 100% accuracy in the storytelling of that media. Why? It's because it's not enough of it. They have to pan the story out. So they have to add imagination into it, or Hollywood, if you will, regarding biopics. It happens all the time. Video games are no exception. Okay? No exception whatsoever. So people having a problem with that. Oh, it's not 100% historically accurate. It's like it never was. There is no such thing as 100% historically active biopic or movie based off a famous singer or something like that. It's never accurate. Sometimes when a character dies in a biopic, it's not how they died in real life. Or an event that happened in real life to the character may not be portrayed in the movie as it happening like that. They do that all the time. And my speculation regarding that is they figure that they know that some people that watch the film or the biopic have read up on the real person that the movie is based off of. So they pretty much seen the film before they've actually seen it, because they already know what happened to this person, how that person died, what this person did to become famous, blah, blah, blah. So if they throw you a curveball, it's new to you. It's, oh, okay, he didn't die like that, but okay. So that's why they do that. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so this has nothing to do with disrespecting what the media is about or the true events. It's about them putting their take on it. It's still based on a true story. That's what base being a key word. It's not the story. Because if, like I said, if it was the story itself, then there wouldn't be much of a story to tell. That's what I'm saying. This person says, lost my hopes for this. Loved the first game, and this game will probably be brilliant in many ways. But having insidious, subversive crap interwoven into something otherwise good is just extra nasty and extra harmful. Especially when we're talking about a downgrade slippage. Wow. Sorry you feel that way. Wow. Well, you would swear after reading this post here that they turned Henry into a female, naming him Henrietta. Anyways, moving on. This person says, how is a gay-looking sub-Saharan in medieval Bohemia giving lecture on feminism is historical accurate? Feminism? That's, like I said, I don't really know about this part. Let me see what the reply says. Might be Nubian. That's what the reply he got. So he says that his women are like well taken care of in this country, so that's feminism? That's not feminism. If you're talking about that, because he says something to the fact that he has a lot of women in his country or something like that. How's that feminism? If you mean that, what the fuck are you talking about? Otherwise, I have no idea what he's talking about. This person says a gay darky in the game. Looks like it's time to play another game from 2004 on my 300 GPU. Some of these people appear to be racist and homophobes, man. I mean, some of these people do appear to be that. Or anti-gay. They hate gay people and shit like that. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just me, right? But moving on, this person says, they always pick the most offensively ugly inserts to further aggravate you and shit test potential play base to see what else they can get away with. This man is not ugly. Put him with the cast of Dragon Age, the Veil God or Concord, then you'll swear he comes from an entirely different game. He looks like a young Muslim man, young black Muslim man. And probably can get more pussy than I ever can hope for to add. But anyways, this person says, you couldn't go gay in the first game. Okay. I highly doubt you will get a choice in the second. What you mean you highly doubt? You can. It's confirmed. You do have a choice in the second game. That's confirmed. He could say the same thing about Mass Effect. You couldn't go gay in the first two games. I highly doubt you will get a choice in the third one. Let's say the third one didn't come out yet. Third one comes out. Casey Hudson, the head writer for Mass Effect, confirms Shepard can romance two men in the game, but it's optional. Wow, this is going to be the longest. I knew this vlog was going to be long. I knew it. Let me see how long I've been doing this. An hour and 23 minutes. I thought it was longer than that. Let me check again. Hold on. An hour and 23. Yeah, an hour and 23 minutes. I legit thought it was going on 2 hours. Wow. I knew it was going to be long. I knew it. I knew this was going to be fucking long. Okay, this person says paying $70 to be lectured on feminism by a token black guy who should not even be in the game given the era. This game is so base, bro. Wow. So he lectures you on feminism, huh? This person's reply says, exotic merchants in the historical settings telling stories about their country are fun, and I refuse to pretend they're not. Yeah, it's interesting when you talk about their country. Yeah, it is. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so this person says, it would be funny to have an option to have gay sex and then be hanged for sodomy, though. Wow. If they had that in the game, it'd be interesting, too. You get killed for doing it. But that's if you're caught, though. You should have the option to make sure you're not caught as well. Because if you get caught, yeah, you be hanged. Hell, they might even have that in part 2. Who knows? They might even have that. But that's if you're caught based on your actions. Because in the first game, in the first game, in the very beginning of it, because I ain't played that much of it, I was actually thrown in jail for stealing. And that was the end of it. Was legit game over. And that was a bad ending. It was like a bad ending I got just for stealing in the beginning of the game. And I thought that was interesting. So who says they wouldn't put nothing like that in this game? I would think it'd be interesting to add a feature if they had something like this. Shit, there already were similar endings in the first game. Yep, that's what I just said. In the first game, you get killed. Game over. Look, it says game over. You died after your tongue was cut out for heretical speeches. Junaka was also convicted of hearsay and suffered the same fate. Game over. I say, why not? That's if you're caught. They should make it so a way you can do certain actions, or say certain things where you won't be caught and hung or whatever the fuck for participating in the gay relationship with another man. As long as they have a way out of it, I'm all for it. So that would make the game interesting. It would. Straight up. So I'm going to definitely heart that. That's something. This person says, how is this racist? Went so far anti-woke, y'all went woke. I couldn't help but laugh at that. Oh my God, I couldn't help it. I tried to keep it straight. I tried. He said Vavra, he said dude went so anti-woke that y'all went woke and shit as a result. What the fuck? What the fuck? He said shit carry on. I love to see it. Wow. 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 Oh shit, he got no likes, no replies. I would at least want some replies, man. No replies and 20 impressions. I'm surprised he didn't get no response to this. It's been he had up since 2 days. Wow, that shit was actually funny. I think he's a troll account though. Never thought one would make me laugh though. He got 2 followers. He made it in 2023. He's got nothing on here. Yeah, he's a troll account. Want to stir up some shit. I thought so. You could tell by the goddamn profile pic, man. It's just stupid. I have silly profile pics too, but goddamn, you wouldn't think I'm a troll account though. You wouldn't assume that. But man, I was like, what the fuck? In fact, I had a silly profile pic in a long time. Come to think of it. But anyways, I think I'm going to cut it here. There might be a second regarding this shit. A second one. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much made my point here. For those of you who wants to call me a fucking shill, you guys have no idea what a shill is for once. And the fact you made it this far, that means I was saying some good shit that made you think, huh? But if people are going to call me a shill, which are likely not going to watch the whole video anyway, they definitely have no idea what a shill is. Because if I was a shill, for once I would not be condemning or saying that Vavra was wrong for calling Desu a grifter and he was over the line and he should apologize. A shill wouldn't do that. And the part when I say if the game is woke, he's in deep shit, and he better hope it's not. Well, a shill wouldn't say that. I don't think so. I'm just trying to come from the perspective of respecting both sides, not attacking anybody. And me calling that Lisa, whatever her fucking name is, a bitch, that's just name calling because she was one with that dark humor. It's like, come on. That's what came to my mind when I first read it, bitch. You know? It's like, oh, we should have the option to be racist towards him. But like I said, by that logic, you stupid for even playing the game in the first place, which probably she never played it. This person here that you see on your device, she probably never played the first game. And don't plan on playing the second one. And probably never planned on playing it at all, even if there wasn't a gay option for Henry. She probably never played in the first place. Because you got people that claim to be on your side, but they're really not. You know, they're really not. And as far as I'm concerned, they don't deserve for you to turn away or look the other way and shit when they say some dumb shit or they do dumb shit. You got to call them out on it. You got to call them out. And you got to tell it like it is. So that's it for this vlog here. I hope that if I ruffled your feathers in any way, that means you're a sensitive asshole. What can I say? You are. You sensitive as fuck. And you shouldn't even be on social media. I didn't feel like I offended any. I mean, I hurt anybody. I don't think I knocked you for not wanting to buy the game. It's fair enough. You don't want to buy it. You shouldn't buy things that you're not comfortable playing. Why would you do that? I mean, life is short. A lot of people say that, but I digress. You get my point. We only live once, right? And me personally, I have a huge backlog of games that I can play for years to come, possibly for the rest of my life. If I don't buy a single other game ever, I got a huge plethora of libraries of games from PS1, PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, and the PS4. That's 5 consoles worth of games. And each console has a plethora of games by themselves. So you can imagine how many games I have in my backlog. Physical and digital. So there you go. They're not hurting me personally by coming out with these games with this fucking woke feminist agenda shit. These companies not hurting me personally because I can play other games that I have in my backlog. I probably ain't played in a long time. I can pick that shit up and play and appreciate how game developers actually gave us shit about gamers back in the day, and they gave us what we fucking wanted. And I feel as of this point that Daniel Vavra is actually giving us what we want, which is not woke, not preachy and shit like that, until we find out more. You know what I'm saying? Time will tell. Okay? Time will fucking tell, man. So I don't know when this game is coming out. I wonder when this game is coming out here. Let me see. So this is his official page here. That's the announcement of it. Yeah, I can't figure out when it's coming out, but when it comes out, we will see what it really is. It's going to expose stuff what it really is. Like I say, if he's lying, then he's in deep shit. If he's lying, and in fact, number two, I don't know why he's taking a stance of trying to lie that it's not. I mean, the motherfucker. I just thought about this. The motherfucker that's behind Concord. He actually fucking said the game is not woke. Not Concord, Dustborn. My bad, Dustborn. Let that shit sink in. If you know about Dustborn, let that shit sink in. You gonna tell me the game isn't fucking woke? Are you kidding me? I'm like, that is bonkers. But yeah, I hope that it's not gonna be woke shit, man. I hope not. I hope, it's priced at $60. That's pre-purchase. Huh. But yeah, so that's my take on this drama shit. This situation. It's pretty sad that people are at odds, and the shit between between Desu and Daniel Vavra shouldn't have never happened. With him calling him a grifter and shit, man. That shouldn't have never happened. And he owes Desu a fucking apology, man. And with that being said, this is why Chromosome sign the fuck out. Peace and love. Good health to you all. And be safe out there. Peace. I'm out. And I'm riding a crazy train.